So I wasn't a huge fan of Ryzeal back when it was like actually meta. Um, and the ban list hit all the like almost all the main deck names to two, and apparently that made the deck a lot cheaper, and I was able to pick up the core essentially. And this was after I saw that one, there's new support for Heraldic Beast, and two, that it actually topped YCS Providence like 32nd place, I think. And I was like, yep, this deck looks cool. I need to pick it up. And so I did, and I've played it a couple times at my locals, like the past few locals. And I didn't do so hot. The Ryzeal stuff, everything being at two, it just makes everything more bricky. Um, but when it pops off, it pops off. So essentially, what the deck can do, uh, depending on the cards that you play, it's either a hand loop for three and set up a board of like detonator and maybe something else, or like the new heraldic Xyz monsters, or depending on if you play two Ouroboros and plug-in, it's a hand loop for five, plus detonator plus whatever this guy is. Um, I wanted to do the hand loop for two or hand loop for five version of it, but I just haven't gotten around to playing that yet. Um, I kind of watched some deck profiles on it and kind of mixed and matched the decks to kind of how I think I would like play it. Unfortunately, yesterday actually was a locals. I planned on playing some certain cards in the deck yesterday when I played at locals, but I forgot them at home, so I just had to play a different kind of version of the deck, more so the side deck. So this is not the list that I played yesterday. This is just how I would have played the deck had I remembered the cards and not been an idiot. So yeah. So main deck, uh, pretty obvious. Two ice. It's your normal. It's one of your normal summons. Just summons one from a Ryzeal name from the deck. Two sword. If you have a Ryzeal on field or in grave, you can summon it, and then search for a light pyro monster, and then two X'd Ryzeal sends an Xyz monster from deck to grave to special summon, but it locks you out of. Actually, I don't even remember. Special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except rank 4s, so you can still summon like level 5 or higher monsters, or level 4 or lowers, from the main deck, but it rank 4 locks you pretty easily. A new contender, 1-star Ryzeal. It detaches an Xyz material from a monster you control to special summon it, just inherent, and then on special summon it sets a Ryzeal spell trap card. So the main like combo line gets cross set on your 5th summon, which is pretty nice. And then, of course, the one node, which removes some bodies from the board, which can help you extend more, and then reborns a Ryzeal monster from grave. This card by itself and a discard with the two Ouroboros and a plug-in line is full hand rip. This card, HT, is just an insane card. It is so broken. It probably should have got hit to 1, if I'm being honest. For some of the spell cards for Ryzeal, I played triple 7th Tachyon. I do not own 3. A friend from locals was letting me borrow them. Triple 7th Ascension. Ascension searches this. This reveals a number 104 from your extra deck to search EXT or Ice, whichever one you need. And one Bonfire, because this searches Ice, this searches EXT, this searches Star. So, it's a pretty good card. and then 1 cross, and then I was playing yesterday both Plasma Hole and Plugin, but I think I just want to play Plugin just because this card helps make if you just open the new Heraldic Beast monster, it makes it a 1 card. You set up your board, maybe hand rip for a couple cards, as well as making Detonator on your opponent's turn. But that's the spell lineup. Just maximize on the searchability of the deck because it bricks pretty often. I don't think I bricked too hard where it was just like set and pass until I think it was 3 rounds yesterday. So the third and final round, game 1 or 2, me and my opponent was just setting cards and passing. It was not great. But for the Heraldic stuff, what makes the deck interesting, 2 Heraldic Beast Griffin. This is a new card from Alliance Insight. It essentially sends a Heraldic Beast from deck to grave as cost in order to special summon it. And then it's got a weird lock where you can only summon Xyz monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn. And you can only use Heraldic Beast monsters and number monsters as Xyz material. Which opening just 1 of this is not the end of the world, and if left uninterrupted, it still ends on something, but you would rather open 1 of this and maybe a Ryzeal monster. Yeah, it's essentially a circular. What you're sending is 1 of your Heraldic Beast Leos. Leo is if it's sent to grave, or when this card is sent to grave, you just search for a Heraldic Beast besides another copy of Leo. That's basically what you use it for. And what you're searching is either the Beast Griffin or the Stad Whale. This card is insane. It is on normal or special, discard 1 card, add up to 2 heraldry spells or traps. You're adding 2 copies of Advanced Ritual Art, which is basically a soul charge for 2 Heraldic Beast monsters, and then immediately after Xyz summon for any Xyz monster possible. So this not being once per turn is a little insane, and it helps you extend so much. On top of being an add 2, it is a banish from grave, target 2 Heraldic Beasts with the same name. Yeah. Special summon them. One important fact about Heraldic Beast Griffin is that it can be used as 2 materials for any number Xyz monsters that require 3 or more materials. So your Heraldic Crest Xyz monster. Yeah, this little engine is cool. Opening the Beast Leo or just the Stad Whale is a little bricky. So there could be an argument to cut 1 Beast Leo and just play the 2 Griffin, 1 Leo, 1 Stad. But I will have to test that out at a later time. For the hand traps, 3 Perulia and 3 Flawless. These cards need no introduction. They're essentially max C. Triple Ash Blossom, triple Droll, 1 Nib, just because 6 Molcharmies plus a Nib. You just draw into it. I saw this in... it was I don't remember which country it was. It might have been New Zealand, where they had a nationals, and a guy playing Heraldic Ryzeal got 2nd place, and he was playing 1 Nibiru in the main deck. And I kind of liked the idea, but he had a 44, 45 card deck, and just I don't know. It's a sacky one of. that the Moltres just help you draw into. And then for the rest of the hand traps, 3 Imperm. I think the new, I don't remember if it was New Zealand, but one of the deck profiles I saw was only playing 2 Imperm, which was very interesting, just because I've heard many tales going around the Yu-Gi-Oh community that Imperm is not really that great right now. So playing 2 might seem logical, but like, I don't know, it's Imperm. It's hard to see it at anything other than 3. And then for like power spells, just 1 talents, 1 called by, and 1 cross out, just to make sure that your cards go through. And then if you do get hand trapped, you can rip a card out of your opponent's hand and just keep playing. I don't think I played talents in the main deck yesterday. I think I played it on, I should say Saturday. I feel like I remembered talenting somebody then, but I can't really say for sure. For the extra deck is very interesting. So, 1 number 69 Heraldry Crest Dark Matter Demolition. This card is essentially it towers. It's an Imperm. It's a target 1 to change its name to unknown. And then it's a floodgate that says negate any monster effects activated by unknown. So it's kind of a cool bit of interruption. It's very unique, I should say, just because we haven't seen anything like it really before, I think. 1 number 18 Heraldry Patriarch. This card is kind of what makes the deck go round. You go EXT, send Patriarch. And what Patriarch does is when it's sent to grave, you send 2 Heraldic Beast monsters from your deck to the graveyard. And essentially why you play 2 Griffin, 2 Leo is that you can send this off of EXT, send Griffin and Leo. Leo effect is going to search your Stad Whale. And then when you start hand ripping with Ouroboros, you go Eclipse Twins, summon Ouroboros, attach Patriarch under it, and then Ouroboros discard 1 to send a random card from your opponent's hand. You do Patriarch a second time to send another 2. It's unfortunate that you have to send 2 cards or else you can't activate it, but it's just a really good card. It just gets you into your Heraldic stuff. 1 Heraldry Crest. This card is really good. You're going second. If your opponent is on an Xyz deck, your opponent has to interact with it, or else it is going to, on summon, negate the effects of all Xyz monsters on the field besides itself. And then it has another effect that says target 1 Xyz monster you control, or sorry, not you control, on the field. Crest's name becomes that monster's name, and its effects become that monster's effects. So essentially, you go Ouroboros, detach 1, rip a card out of your opponent's hand. You make Heraldry Crest, negate everything because that's mandatory. Crest, target your Ouroboros, copy its name and effect, and then do Ouroboros' effect, detach 1, and rip another card out of your opponent's hand. It's pretty cool. And then it becomes an end board piece by overlaying for Shatter Stream, which says if your opponent activates a monster effect on the field or declares an attack with a monster, you destroy the monster and then overlay for Dark Matter, which then becomes another interruption. So it's a pretty cool little engine. I can't remember off of the top of my head if the top 32 YCS Providence or the Nationals second place deck list was not playing these. One of them might have been playing 1 Crest, 1 Patriarch, but one of them wasn't playing these, and I can't say if that's right or wrong, just because it's personal opinion, of course. Plus, it opens up 2 or 3 extra deck slots, just for extra deck monsters. like I can't say if that's correct or wrong, but these cards I think are pretty cool and make the deck more unique rather than just going summon duo drive, summon detonator, detonator attach eclipse twins under it, pass, and I think that just makes the deck a lot more interesting. I should do my positioning a little better for the cards. One duo drive and one detonator. Speaking of, I think these cards need no introduction. Duo drive is attach 1, and then second effect search 2, and then it changes attack stats. And then detonator is detonator. It will blow up your whole board if you let it. One copy of number 104, just to reveal off of the 7th Tachyon to search for a light rank 4, or level 4, sorry. One Eclipse Twins, because this card is broken and lets you loop stuff like There Is No Tomorrow. And then for kind of like support cards, I should do this one first. Ouroboros. This card is kind of what makes the deck go around, sort of. It says, not once a return, hand rip, or send one, or banish a card from the opponent's grave. I think on Saturday, this card was kind of just the MVP, just because it does so much, and you can do it multiple times a turn. Okay, now for the utility stuff. I've got one Dugaris. You can do a lot with this. It draws 2, discards 1, which is really good in the single Heraldic Beast Griffin line. It monster reborns, and it doubles the attack of a monster. So if you're trying to go for game, you can do that if you summon this. One giant hand. I made a really cool play one game where I went 7th Ascension, reveal Giant Hand, search Beast Leo, and then went Ice, discard Beast Leo, summon Ice, and then Leo effect to search for Stad Whale or Griffin. I can't remember which one, but I think it was just a cool play. Sometimes you just have a board where you've got 2 random, you've got like an extra heraldry art in your hand, or you've got 2 Griffin and a Stad engrave, so you summon those 2. It can be an end board piece. I feel like this is one of the cuttable cards of my list. I obviously need more practice with the deck before I can say for certain. But it's just an extra negate that you can just make. One Infernal Flame Banshee. This card, I feel like, is actually pretty good for the deck. I don't remember if any of the topping lists played Infernal Flame Banshee, but I think the top 32 YCS played this. I can't remember. Don't quote me on that. But this helps make Griffin also a 1-card combo because you go Griffin, send Leo, Leo search Stad, Stad normal summon, discard, search 2. Overlay for Banshee, Banshee search EXT, EXT summon by sending Patriarch, Patriarch dump 2, EXT search for Sword, summon Sword, search like Star, and then Advanced Ritual Art, summon 2, overlay for Duo Drive, add, what is it, like another Ice for follow-up, and then Plasma Hole, and then you do second Heraldry Art, summon 2, overlay for Dugaris, Dugaris draw 2, discard Plasma Hole, and then you end on like 3 Ryzeal monsters, Duo Drive, what is it? Infernal Flame Banshee, sorry, and a Dugaris. And then on your opponent's turn, or if you really want to, you could set the Plasma Hole and discard something else that you don't need for an extra pop. And then in the same like chain link, you could do, or not in the same technically, but after that resolves, you go Plasma Hole, banish, XC summon for detonator. I think this card just opens up a lot. You search your Pyros, EXT, Star, Ice. It's just a good card. I shouldn't have droned on for too long. If you get drolled, or interrupted and you really have no other play to make, Baguska is there to help, because making Baguska with like Duo Drive and Cross on field is just really good. Of course, it is a EXT, send any Xyz monster from extra deck, so you got to send the aggregator going second to start picking apart a board. And then what I found to be very interesting, and you might be wondering, well, so far you've already shown Nib. Nib kind of kills your EXT summon. How are you supposed to get rid of that? Well, the second place Nationals list was playing the one Nibiru, and he was also playing a Haggard Lizard to help out it, and I thought that was really cool. I'm going to do that, because this card is actually one of my favorites that's come out in recent years, and it actually came up against, I don't even remember, but it was just good because it helped out a Nibiru token and another monster and helps me draw a card. It's just cool. It just makes your not rank or level 4 monsters to just get rid of them. It's like Kashtira was doing something a couple years ago where if you nibbed them, they go like normal summon something, make Haggard, banish, and clear their board so they can summon Kashtira monsters. It's essentially the same thing. Yeah, that's the extra deck. Definitely some room I can make for improvements, as long as I continue to play the deck. Side deck. Triple Meows, triple Lancia for some Malice hate, because Malice is absolutely busted right now. So this is a deterrent for Malice. If they go Dormouse, banish White Rabbit, chainlink 1, pay 3 to special. You can go chain 2 Meows to draw a card. It just deters them from extending too hard because they extend from Grave and Banishment like there's no tomorrow. And of course, Lancia is Lancia. If they don't open the right hand, it's essentially a floodgate. What I saw was being played by the Nationals list, which I thought was pretty cool, was 3 DD Crow because it's really good against Mitsurugi. If they go Prayers, Tribute, Ameno, Habakiri. I think Habakiri is the new one. The purple one that board wipes on summon. If they go Prayers, Tribute, you could go chain 2 DD Crow, banish the, usually call Ameno. You banish the Ame, and you don't have to deal with it anymore unless they summon another one. And then also of the same thing, 2 Bestials. It's the same kind of mentality with Nibiru. You summon one. If it's Magnemite, you search the other, summon Jurisworm still in the opponent's end phase, and then your turn comes around, link 2 into the Haggard Lizard, and draw a card. What's left? In the top 32 list, he was playing 2 Book of Eclipse and 1 Feather Duster. Book of Eclipse I kind of agree with. There was a play, I played against my round 1 opponent yesterday, I think in practice, and I had to do the Heraldic Beast Griffin 1-card combo, and I made the Infernal Flame Banshee, and he had the Veiler in hand, and he just didn't use it. He didn't know I had Book of Eclipse, but if he decided to Veiler me right there, this Book of Eclipse would have gone so hard and helped me extend further. So I kind of actually like it just because it can also help break some boards. Some, not all. It also protects you against like impermanent stuff. And then Feather Duster is Feather Duster. I think I keep saying that every time I show this card. And then a going first card, Tikaboo, because your end board is usually very diverse. You've got Duo Drive, you've got Detonator, you've got Shatter Stream, you've got Ouroboros, and maybe a Giant Hand. Just a plethora of different types. And Malice cannot out this card. Mitsurugi cannot out this card. I think. No, they definitely can if they have the quick play pop spell card. Blue Eyes can kind of play through it. There are some rulings I have to look up with like Spirit with Eyes of Blue and Blue Eyes. It just puts decks at an awkward position. And this was a tech card of the second place Nationals list, so I thought, why not? Yeah, that's pretty much the list. Obviously, next time I attend locals, I'm going to have some changes made. Hopefully, I'll have 2 more 7th Tachyons in my possession by the time I can next play the deck. But yeah, Heraldic Beast Ryzeal, I think, was just a really cool deck, and it's pretty fun to play. It just depends on what version you want to play. If you want to play the full hand loop, or the more, I guess, stable version of the deck, where you don't go for a full hand loop, but you can hand loop at least 3 cards, maybe 4 if you play right. Some cards I have been trying, I might try to find its way into the deck. Potentially a 3rd Heraldic Beast Griffin, just because opening just this is a 1-card combo, so it makes you less... it gives you less potential to completely brick, but this is just a good card. Of course, a 3rd Heraldry Art. The downside of Stadwale is the fact that Stadwale says discard 1, add 2 specifically. So if you open up 1 Advanced Heraldry Art, you can't go Stadwale search the second. You have to... You just can't. You pretty much have to open 7th Ascension or 7th Tachyon plus Heraldry Art to be able to search 2, because then you can go 7th, search EXT, and then put the Heraldry Art back. Or play 3 Heraldry Art, but this card is kind of a brick, so you don't want to play that. Also a brick, but also potentially a good card to play, is a Heraldry Reborn. It's literally just a monster reborn, and just having this in the deck could have helped me sometimes, where I just open 1 and I have to play with 1. So instead of just normal summoning Stadwale and saying no effect on summon, you go Stadwale effect, discard 1, add the 2nd Heraldry Art and a monster reborn. And then an extra deck card I really want to play is a Laplacian. Laplacian is a really good card if you played in Mathmech format. Mathmech format. I don't even remember what the format was back then, but that's when... Oh, that was Power of the Elements. So a while ago. Laplacian is... If you're going second, Laplacian can help rip apart boards, because if you have 3 bodies, which is really easy to do in Ryzeal, you go overlay 3 for Laplacian, on summon, detach up to 3, and you can rip 1 from your opponent's hand, 1 from their field, and 1 from their back row. So it essentially just kind of pokes a hole in whatever board they set up. So it could be a cool card. I just need to kind of figure out what to cut from the extra deck. And I think that's pretty much all that I wanted to show. So yeah, Heraldic Beast, pretty fun deck when paired with Ryzeal. Pretty good. I just got to get more practice with Ryzeal because I've never really actually played with the cards. So I'm going to end this before it gets too long. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.